Hi, everyone. Harry here to talk about what happens next in U.S. versus Trump, the classified documents case that Judge Eileen Cannon has just dismissed under the Appointments Clause. So I ended this previous tape, but also my most recent op-eds on the case by essentially saying how the gulf between law under Project 2025 in Trump land and the rule of law as practiced by liberal and conservative judges. And we came slowly to the conclusion, but it seems now an inescapable conclusion, that a federal judge was in the tank for her patron, some combination of, I guess, gratitude for the appointment, which came after the election, was the last batch of judges, and maybe audition down payment for another one. Sounds very crass, nasty, but I'm not going to mince words. There's no other way, I think, to really account for her conduct. So that's point one. And now point two is, if you take that view, notice the timing here. In order to be of maximal help, if you were just, gaming this out with Trump and his, most nasty kitchen cabinet, you'd say, we want her to dismiss the case before the election, because if she holds on to the case and dismisses it after, then the kind of rhetorical flourish that Trump can apply, as he has already. This is the first step in what should be a dismissal of all of these, and he's couched it, of course, in this nauseating call for unity, which is the rhetorical stance he seems to want to take in the upcoming Republican convention and in the wake of the shooting and in the apparent conclusion of his own circle that he is ahead, so he can therefore not try to be fighting but calling for unity. Anyway, if you're totally on Team Trump that way, the first, as I called it last tape, Project 2025 opinion, you want to dismiss the case before the election so it can have the sort of political impact, and not too long before it, except not so long that the 11th Circuit can take it, review it, and reverse it. And I'll just say, if you get out a calendar and look at it, that is the timeline that's applied here, and to a very long dispositive opinion of exactly the sort that Cannon's been avoiding for a year, doing one way or another. It's clear she's been working on this since even before the motion was heard. So that's point one. So point two is there are some people who are saying this is a good thing. What would that mean? Well, this is certainly the kind of opinion that the Department of Justice will immediately appeal, and can immediately appeal, and unless they're completely nuts, and I think they're not completely nuts, will couple it with a motion to recuse Cannon. If that motion is granted, I think in fact, the opinion will be reversed, and if the motion is granted, she will, at long last, be off the case. But we're talking about post-election, and in a setting where her big bet will either have come home or not. That is to say, Trump will be president or not. So if she's done her dirty deed and it has been dismissed, and she's been recused, by then, she's done all she really can with the case. Point three, why might this recuse her? Okay, so remember how the country first learned about Eileen Cannon is this complete lawless debacle that she undertook by grabbing hold of a really garden variety search and completely twisting it around, permitting Trump to bring a whole nother motion, appoint a special master, make evidence determinations, just a total mess. And once the Department of Justice got it up to the 11th Circuit, they called it a total mess. It matters because the law in the 11th Circuit for recusal, the main way to do it, first, of course, the showing of actual bias. By that they mean, a bribe or something that's stronger than you'll get here. But in the absence of that, a few factors, and the main thing is it serves the appearance of justice. And would it ever serve the appearance of justice to bounce Cannon from the case. You can use appearance, so it's not such a kick in the teeth. But we've talked about this before. We actually know from scuttlebutt, widespread scuttlebutt on the court, that there's tongue-wagging galore exactly about Cannon, exactly about her keeping the case, notwithstanding being virtually ordered to give it up by the district court. And I think she is known for who she is. 11th Circuit, conservative though it may be, the guy who wrote the opinion before, the conservative chief judge, William Pryor, I think they would very, very much like to just get this, pair of black eyes, this total, scandal out from under her. And they would do that. They will do that, I think, in the sense that they'll recuse. The only thing to say is if Trump by then has won the election, he's just going to dismiss the case. And then fourth and finally, to remind everyone, this is a total travesty because of all the cases against Donald Trump. You can say that January 6th is sort of First Amendment presidential kinds of things, that state cases are overreaching. This is an open and shut case about a president who simply purloined all kinds of documents, decided that they were his, completely against the law, and then continued to simply disregard the legal commands of the government he no longer headed, to treat them completely as his, and even to the point of defying and lying in the wake of receiving a subpoena and a search warrant. And Nalta and Oliveira helped him, and there are no little fine points or nuances about executive power and the like. This is just red-handed and dangerous, is I guess, the final sort of asterisk here. What she has countenanced and done in a way that doesn't go to the merits, though, is an assault on the national security interests of the United States that she's always trivialized and slapped around the DOJ, not seemed to appreciate. So it's an absolute disgrace of a performance, soup to nuts, and I think the time in the grips of Eileen Cannon is come to an end. I think by the time this goes up, it will be reversed on appeal, and either recusal is a very, very hard thing to get in the 11th Circuit, but man, if not this, when? That would certainly be my prediction, that my strong prediction, it'll be reversed. My prediction is she'd be recused, except then door B, the tiger, is Donald Trump is president, and it's over anyway, having been a really tawdry chapter in the disregard of the rule of law. Shame, shame, shame. Talk to you later.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.